You're listening to the Cricket Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Cricket Podcast, where we are talking about England as they head towards the 2025-26 Ashes series. We've talked about their strengths and weaknesses in part one, and we'll now move on to talking about the players in a little bit more detail, using our special fear factor ranking system, number of lions, 1 to 3. Before we do that, I just wanted to talk quickly, though, about India, because they've been doing some hilarious stuff. Eden Gardens is the venue, boys, or was the venue, I should say, for their first test against World Test champions South Africa. The groundsmen, they're up to their old tricks over in India. I'm led to believe, I think Ganguly came out and tweeted this after the game, that the India team had asked the curator not to water the pitch for 4 days before the game. Cue all sorts of carnage. South Africa bat first, are bundled out for 159. India bat second, are bundled out for 189. In comes South Africa. What can they do in the third innings? Well, actually, scrape together 153 runs, give themselves a 123 run lead, and in heroic fashion, the South Africans pull it off. Simon Harmer with an 8-for for the match, causing all sorts of problems. India bundled. There's lots of bundling in this match. 4 bundles, I would say. Yeah. 4 bundlings. India are all out for 93. They lose by quite a significant 30-run margin, given the given the circumstances of the game. So only one of the Indian players managed more than 30. Across the match, only 2 Indian players managed individual innings of more than 30. So it was actually a fair old gap between the two
hammering.
Sides.
Absolutely,
South Africa.
Hammering.
Fantastic result, it should be said. First of all, second of all, India, that is extremely funny that you've done that to yourselves. 3-0.
Also, why? India have got such a good cricket team. They just don't need to pull this shit. They just don't need to do it. And also, if you're going to do it, Simon Harmer's a pretty bloody good bowler, and Maharaj is also a pretty good bowler as well. So
yeah, I mean, doing it to England,
you're not doing it with
I can understand.
Yeah.
Really strange. It's like, I don't know. I mean, like, what did they just basically profile the South African team over history and be like, Jacques Kallis can't bowl spin. So
not even an all-rounder, Jacques Kallis.
To be fair, Aidan Markram's record for in the IPL has been hit and miss, and maybe they were just like, well, he's playing, so he's not going to be that good. He even picked up a couple of wickets, didn't he? So
2 weeks ago, South Africa literally won one of these matches against Pakistan, who were trying to pull the same maneuver with no man Ali. Like an odd decision. Should also say Shubman Gill got hurt quite badly. I think he's in hospital with some sort of neck injury. So I hope for the best for him, because he just sort of blossomed, didn't he? He was a player with potential, gets the captaincy, and then goes on like a historic run against England, and then follows it up with runs against West Indies.
India have decided to put out a pitch to just nip that in the bud.
Well,
maybe it's an
hopefully he comes back soon. But a heck of a test match as a neutral. When England are in India, in fact, I mean, in general, I think this is an absolute farce that you're producing wickets like this. And
then getting annoyed at the fact that people say, why are you doing it as well? They're just like, oh, it's all right. It's our home game. It's just like, mate, look what you're doing. Look what you're doing.
Ask not whether you can, whether you should.
I am glad it went wrong. I'm glad it's gone wrong. I think that's 5 home defeats for India in the last 2 years. Is it 4 of the last 7 matches? 4 of the last 6 matches.
West Ham Gambia, big brain cricketer, big brain.
It's that is a little bit concerning from an India perspective. It throws the World Test Championship kind of wide open as well. South Africa, could easily have won no tests in Pakistan and India and been more or less ruled out after 2 away series. Instead, they're going to take points from both of those, and then they're going to be quite formidable at home. So probably in decent shape to make another return trip. India are in a little bit of bother, I think, despite a good series in England. They'd probably wanted full home points off the South Africans, so it'll be interesting. Let's go to England. A little segue, a little diversion. A little trip round the houses there to India. Fear factor. The way we did this, Ross, because you weren't actually here last time, we're going to go through the England squad in the ESPN categories of players. So we did it at the beginning of the show. Jacob Bethel, for the purposes of this conversation, is an all-rounder. So is Bryden Cars. And we're going to do fear factor. Are they 1 lion, 2 lions, or 3 lions? A pack of lions. It's not a pack, it's a pride of lions. Let's start with the batters. And we'll start with the openers, because that's what we did with Australia. Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett. Max, you get first dibs to teach Ross the ropes here.
Yeah.
How many lions are you assigning to Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett from a fear factor perspective?
Well,
you're walking down a country lane at night.
Zach Crawley's a full
a number of lions.
Yeah,
Zach Crawley is.
I'm going to cross the road. I'm crossing the road to avoid the 3 lions of Zach Crawley. He'll strike fear into any opponent. Only once, but he'll do it. It'll be formidable. I'm fully buying in now to Zach Crawley in Australia. It's all been leading towards this moment. The whole Zach Crawley. I don't know. It's like the narrative arc, and this is the apex. This is where it gets good, and Zach Crawley comes to the fore. So I'm full 3 lions for Zach Crawley, and I'm dialing it down to 2 for Ben Duckett.
Here's what I think with Zach Crawley. I'm not sure if he hadn't been selected for England, whether he'd still be a professional cricketer.
That's harsh. Surely.
I think there is a chance that he'd have decided to go and do something else. But I think he if he wasn't an England player, I think he might have been dropped by Kent and is now working in Lloyd's insurance building in the city. Probably making
earning more,
a fair amount of buns. So I'm a 1 lion person.
You're a 1 lion.
Yeah, it's like I do enjoy the wild card factor of Zach Crawley. Like I actually like having Zach Crawley around. I think it's fun. He annoys all the right people. When it does come off, it is glorious. We should acknowledge that. But I can't assign any more than 1 lions. He probably shouldn't get any lions, should he?
No lions.
That's what I think, Ross. And I think for Duckett, probably 2 lions is the correct number of lions. Ross, what do you like to weigh in on the England openers? How scary are they to the Australians?
I think Zach Crawley is 2 lions from my perspective, because one of the lions is probably lost somewhere, because sometimes he just completely forgets that he's playing cricket and just like, oh no, they've bowled outside off stump for the 10th time in a row. I better give that one to Steve Smith at slip. So I think what also plays into the hand is that Australia, I don't think Pat Cummins is actually injured. I just think that they don't want to play him in that first test match because they know that Zach Crawley is his kryptonite. And Zach Crawley will destroy Pat Cummins in the first game. And so they're actually putting on 2 other lesser bowlers because they know that Zach Crawley's not good against lesser bowlers. So it's big brain cricket from Australia. Whilst Ben Duckett is fantastic. The only bit that I've got a problem with is that he loves getting out. He's good at. Loves playing it. It's great to play in Australia if you're good at it. And I just think the ball's going to bounce a bit much and he's probably going to get out caught at gully or point quite a lot in this test series. So I think, a 2 is fair, but he might be, he needs to put that one not away because he scores a load of runs with it, but figure out how to play it properly.
That's inexplicably, Ben Duckett and Zach Crawley have been awarded the same number of lions there, despite maybe Ben Duckett being in the World 11 as an opener and Zach Crawley arguably not even been good enough for a county 11.
It's all vibes.
Max and Ross think they are equal in terms of fear factor. Maybe that's true. I mean, like if you were just looking at it from a scary perspective, there is something to be said about how scary it is to lose to someone who isn't very good. Like if you're playing, if you think about this from an FA Cup perspective, if you're playing a League One side and you're Chelsea, there's really no upside. Like if you win 8-0, it's like, oh, well done. They're a League One side.
He's 13. Well done.
Yeah, everyone is expecting you to do well. If you get knocked out, though, you can, like, even a narrow win is humiliating. It can be bad. And maybe from that perspective, Zach Crawley is kind of scary to play against, because if Zach Crawley gets 500 runs, you'll never hear the end of it. Like that probably ends careers from an Australian perspective. If Joe Root gets 500 runs, if Duckett gets 500 runs, it's a good series for a good player, but nobody has to retire in shame at what they've done. Let's talk about the middle order. Ollie Pope will be batting number 3. I think we're pretty assured of that. Joe Root will be batting number 4, and Harry Brook will be batting number 5. Now, I can't see a single reason why Brook and Root shouldn't be 3 Lions people. Maybe one of you does question whether Root, without a century in Australia, deserves that accolade, though.
Mate, he's going to hit a century. He's going to hit at least. I reckon he'll hit 3 centuries in this Test series. And so
Joe Root is the best batter in the world at the moment.
All right, so Ollie Pope, 1 Lion. Lucky
Correct.
to be 1 Lion.
Correct number of Lions. Yeah,
that is the correct number of Lions. Yeah.
Joe Root, definitely 3 Lions. Harry Brook, if there was 4 Lions possible, I would give him 4 Lions. That is how brilliant I think Harry Brook is.
Well, that was a film, wasn't it? 4
Lions.
So,
yeah, but in a way, 4 Lions is the worst number of Lions because they're quite incompetent. Maybe
Zach Crawley is 4 Lions.
I will allow that. Zach Crawley gets 4 Lions because we fundamentally have no idea what he's doing there and what will happen next. It is a Chris Morris movie of a batter opening up. I think the middle order does sort of suit itself, and I think from an all-rounders perspective, obviously Ben Stokes is going to bat 6, and let's throw the wicketkeeper in as a kind of all-rounder as well. Stokes is clearly a 3 Lions. Like he is the epitome of 3 Lions.
He's got 3 Lions tattooed all over himself.
Yeah.
One of the lines has Ben Stokes' face on it. I think genetically Stokes probably has more in common with a lion than us. That's how much of a 3 Lions player.
Well, he did famously have his tail surgically removed, didn't he?
What? Please tell me that's true. He's one of those people with a little nubbin. No,
that'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah,
Max, you got my hopes up so high there.
No, just pure fantasy.
In Japan, literally just in a shop,
you saw a man with a tail.
I saw a guy with horns underneath his head. Like literally, it implanted horns into the top of his head. He was a bald bloke. That was pretty mad to see. Ben Stokes 3 Lions. Jamie Smith. Jamie Smith 2 Lions. I think they're going to be a bit wary of Jamie Smith.
I would say borderline 3 Lions.
Yeah,
for Jamie Smith.
I think just not quite enough pedigree yet for 3 Lions.
It's done a few.
He certainly has the potential for 3 Lions, but I would temper it to 2 for now.
Okay, I think I can sort of buy into that. I think if he'd done anything in the 5th test at the Oval in the summer,
if he wins that game,
either anything, if he'd scored 10 runs and England had won, which was basically all he had to do, then I would have him as a 3 Lions player, but he didn't. So maybe he's a 2 Lions character at the moment. On the bench, from the batting unit, all-rounder unit, Bethel and Jax. If they play, how many Lions would you assign to Bethel and Jax, Ross?
1 for Bethel, 2 for Jax potentially, but probably 1 is probably fair. So I'm going to stick with 1 Lion for each of them.
Only 1 Lion. Max, what do you think about that?
I'm leaning towards 2, but I don't know. Again, like if you're going to use the argument of being proven, I don't think there's any of that in the test sphere. It's all about potential, isn't it? The lion fear factor for Bethel and Jax is all about what they could do, but not what they have done at any real point in Test cricket. So I think you do have to stick with 1. Realistically,
In general, though, I would say for Lions, it's the potential is the scary thing. It's not like Lions have conquered a country, or there is some sort of Game of Thrones, Battle of Winterfell, charge of the lions to come, is there? We're not building a wall to keep the lions out. I suppose in some places they probably have built a wall to keep the lions out, but that is because that's to keep the lions in. That's the reverse.
We don't want any more of the lions getting in. Let's keep those lions out. They keep on turning up at London Zoo. We've got to keep them out.
But the potential of what a lion could do if they got their act together is the scary thing about a lion. So I think you could argue. I think
Will
more
Jax
lions.
is better than Bethel in that instance. I
Okay.
think Will Jax has got more international pedigree. He's done it in T20 cricket, ODI cricket, and on the franchise circuit. So that's why I kind of said he's probably 1/2. I like Bethel. I think he's got good potential, but I also think there's a lot to prove there. So 1 star.
He's a lion cub, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He could grow into a lion.
Simba.
He could grow into 3 lions.
Is he Simba?
We've already ruled out any Lion King references.
That hates Disney. We've learned.
I don't hate. Yeah, I like Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a great movie.
What's it like?
Yeah. It's got pirates and the Caribbean. Probably two of my favourite things.
And the main character's called Jack, which is also one of your favourite things.
And he's a captain in charge.
And I'm a captain.
Complete narcissist, which you might well be too. I don't know.
Heavy drinker. There's a lot going on.
I think.
Is it a biopic?
If our cricket team, I Don't Like Cricket Club, was the Disney movie, Pirates of the Caribbean would be high up the list of Disney movies. It's definitely not The Lion King, is it? Or any of the Pixar stuff. Is that Disney? I think that's Disney.
It's not The Lion King yet. No, not until Ross dethrones you.
Let's get back to the cricket. Got 7 or 8 minutes to finish off this podcast. We need to rattle through the bowling unit. Jofra Archer, Atkinson, Potts, Shoaib Bashir, Josh Tongue, and Mark Wood. Let's start with the one lion, people. And Bryden Cast. We don't want to forget him. I can't award more than 1 lion to Shoaib Bashir, I'm afraid.
I can't award any lions to Shoaib Bashir.
But he's got the attributes to get a lot of bounce, guys.
He can have one bouncy ball. Bounce. Is he a rubber lion?
Yeah, he's been an investment. He's been an investment, isn't it? And it's one of those investments where you've got a sunk cost fallacy now.
Yeah.
1 lion for me. I also think Matt Potts is 1 lion as well.
1 lion. Yeah, I mean, I think in fairness to when we don't want to be biased here. When we played Wombat Dingo Shark with the Australians, I think Max and I were
wombats basically
quite judicious when it came to how scary we really found people. And I think on account of the fact that we've sort of given Will Jax 2 lions for no reason, we should now be harsh and arbitrary. And I
0 lion.
Matt Potts, they're both 1 lion, and I would also say Josh Tongue is probably also 1 lion. Yeah. Although he has got a pretty, he's a pretty decent Test record, 30 wickets in 6 matches. That's good. Average of 30. Also,
I'm if I'm perfectly honest, I would actually say the fear factor of facing Josh Tongue is higher than the others in some instances, because you have no fucking
Okay.
idea where it's going, and it's still coming down at 90 miles an hour. Like, is it going to third slip? Is it going over fine leg? Don't know.
Or is it the ball
going
of the
to take the
century?
top of my off stump out the ground? Yeah, that's pretty scary to me as a batter.
I don't think it's worth a second lion though.
Yeah, I agree with that. One lion. We've also hamstrung ourselves slightly because even one lion is enough lion to kill someone.
That's true.
If anything,
Unless you're hamstrung, Mark Wood.
If you were in a cage match with a lion, you're definitely losing if there's one lion. If you're in a cage match with 3 lions, there's a chance the lions turn on each other.
Only after they've killed you and they're deciding who gets to eat you.
I don't know. I think from a nature documentary perspective, my understanding is that lion prides have one lion, and then they have lots of lionesses. That's the social dynamic for lions.
Are you saying?
Is that why England always mess up in world competition? Because there's too many lions and they're all fighting over success.
I've gone in a completely different direction in my head here, guys. What I'm taking from Jack being in the cage with 3 lions, and Jack got a bit of time to prepare for this, is that Jack is going to do his level best to turn himself into a lioness, and so that the guys are then fighting over him. He's dressed up as a lioness. He's gone for that, and he's just like, I'm going to get out of here because one's going to try and love me, and the other 2 are going to get killed. Right, and once he's killed 2 lions, that other lion's going to be knackered after
does he want to be
killing
loved by the
other
male?
lions.
I don't know.
I agree.
Adrenaline coursing through his veins and be ready to go.
I reckon I could take one savaged lion in a fight in a cage match.
If you've got a secret, you've got a stone knife in your lioness costume.
If you had to fight a lion, which weapon would you choose?
Probably a gun. So it doesn't get close to me.
I was thinking
nunchucks, were you?
A chair. A chair.
A chair.
Knuckle dusters.
Picking up a chair. You got a lion coming over. Have you seen the size of a lion? I've seen a lion in person. They are
seen a lion?
Fucking terrifying.
Well, look, I've seen a lion and I've seen a lion tamer, and they use a chair and a whip, don't they? So I feel there must be a reason for that.
Yeah, because they've trained that lion. A lion tamer doesn't just pick a random lion from the fucking wild and goes, that lion goes, be careful here, lads. It's not like elephants and bees. They've even been trained on that front, right? You're
telling me the circus is a hoax and the taming's already happened?
Well,
I don't know.
They built that it's because they had to put up the tent, Max, to keep the lions out. And literally, it's won the whole thing.
Yeah.
Look, okay, let's get back to it. We've still got Cass, Jofra Archer, Mark Wood, and Atkinson to talk about. I'm going to say this. I think this is where England's bowling is at, to be fair. None of them are 3 lions.
I agree.
Anyone disagree with
2.
that? I think they're all 2 lions.
Mainly because
Ross.
you can't trust that they won't stay injured. They won't stay injured.
Yeah.
Won't stay fit for long enough to be 3.
Yeah. Agree with that. Ross, do you?
I think Gus Atkinson's going to go a little bit under the radar. I think he's got a lot to offer this England team. Jofra Archer does have the Jofra Archer effect, though. There is that part. But is he still the same Jofra? And that's what I don't understand. Like, maybe, yeah. I think that's probably fair. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Whereas, if you were comparing, what did you give Pat Cummins? Because Pat Cummins is 3. He'd be a 3.
Yeah.
Cummins, Taylor, and Stark are all 3.
I don't think any of those England players, because of the questions, Max, you've raised around fitness and all that kind of stuff, is there. I think that's
When we did Australia, we had 5 great white sharks that the England Lions were. This is a question for maybe in a minute to discuss. So I'll prime it now.
Who wins out?
We'll add up
great white sharks.
All of the lions that England have, and we put them against 3 great white sharks in, let's say,
terrain?
6 feet of water. It's not enough for a shark to.
Fortunately, we know what we could use, right? So Gladiator 2 If we put we could use the Colosseum, like
Yeah,
couldn't we?
yeah. All right. So we'll prep that question for a second, but just to summarise, we have 5 great white sharks in the Australian team. 5 extremely scary players. I think it was Smith, Head, and then the 3 bowlers we just talked about. From an England perspective, we only have 3 Lions players: Brooke, Root, and Stokes. Quite a few 2 Lions people knocking around.
Do we not get to include Crawley's 4 Lions because that could swing it?
We didn't have a category equivalent to 4 Lions in the Australian team. If they picked Sam Constas, then I think there would have been the
4 Lions shout.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Here's what else to think: Bride and Cast, 1 Lion, I think.
1 Lion. Oh, you've downgraded him.
I think Wood, Jofra, and Gus are better bowlers and better cricketers than Bride and Cast.
Okay. I can kind of see that. I don't necessarily disagree with that. So that means England will be starting Zach Crawley 4 Lions, Pope 1 Lion, probably Cast 1 Lion, and probably at some point Shoaib Bashir also 1 Lion, which
and he can thank us for that lion.
Looks a little bit soft. I mean, you know what is interesting? Without Brexit, Simon Harmer would be playing for England in this series, or he'd be Shoaib Bashir's backup in this series. Probably be Shoaib
India would have won.
Backup.
India would have won. Oh, what could have been India?
Finish off there.
That was the clincher for the trade deal with India.
3 great white sharks. I think a total of 20 odd lions. Let's say 22 lions. I think it was 22 lions. 4 or 5 dingoes and a couple of wombats are in the Colosseum.
Did you say it was 5? It's 5 sharks, isn't it? Not 3.
5 great white sharks, yeah. And I think it was 3 wombats and 3 dingoes. That's Team Australia in this Colosseum fight. I don't know. Maybe the sharks will turn on them. Who knows?
Well, every possibility. I mean, the dingoes are going straight for the wombats, so they're going to be preoccupied.
Yeah, and to be fair, there's going to be a bit of infighting on both sides, as we've proven, right? With too many lions in the pack.
Yeah, that's a lot of lions.
They could turn on themselves.
Who wins though? Because this is key to understanding the Ashes. I think.
Are we 6 foot of water? Is that the?
I think 6 foot of water is about enough. Maybe it's right. So it's gradiated. So there is some land.
The lions can now swim and breathe underwater.
There's isn't this a film? Isn't there? Are we having that conversation from Step Brothers? I think we might. Anyway, the new terrain. It's a beach. So the water is gradual, goes out to a maximum depth of 10 feet. Surely no lion, apart from the Harry Brook 3 lions, will be stupid enough to go into the 10 feet of water.
Sounds like a stalemate to me.
You think a stalemate, a draw?
Yeah, maybe it's predicting a draw. Maybe it's a 2-2 draw.
Yeah. Arguably, we should factor home conditions into this and make it just the ocean. In which case, Australia are probably favourites.
Fairly one-sided.
Yeah. Oh, look, that's a cricket podcast for another week. Thanks very much for listening. We've got a few shows coming up. We've got our Ashes prediction show. The IPL retentions have been done. Should have said this at the beginning of the podcast. We will be doing a proper analysis of all of that. It kind of happened over the weekend, so I actually haven't looked in. Well, I saw it on Ross's phone on Saturday night.
There's some big moves.
There are some big moves. Dre Russ back in the pool. So we'll have a look at that. See what we think. A few trades went through as well. And get that out pretty
just
soon.
a bit of a preview for that one. Yeah. Just a bit of a preview. I'm pretty sure that Rajasthan Royals have retained Berger. Didn't see that one coming. So if you're going to be surprised to be on the show, there we go.
Yeah. And Hetmeyer, of course. Give him another go.
Fucking Hetmeyer. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Do click like and subscribe. All that content will be coming your way shortly. Goodbye.